Wait, are we working now? There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next installment. I think this is round two of BCCL. We have had round one, which was, in fact, I've actually deleted the overall scores scene that I made, so I don't have the overall scores. But if I remember correctly, we have had RAM versus Pro and TM versus APM. No, sorry, APM versus RAM and Pro versus TM. Gosh, Dan. Straight away, we're starting off with lies. Lies. But yeah, this is the main screen here, so you can see that we are just waiting for the lobby and stuff to get set up. But let's just run through the structure of this tournament for people who may or may not know what is going on. I have my handy dandy energy drink here, so I will periodically be taking sips of that to keep my energy levels nice and high for yous. But yeah, you can see it's a round robin. Currently, there are only 4 clans in this Beyond All Reason Clan Conquest League. So that's the BCCL. This is a bit of a tester tournament this year, and then next year I think it's going to ramp up and get a bit more, excuse me, bit more exciting and a few more teams in the tournament. And so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, all teams play each other once. The top 2 teams advance to the grand final, which will be at the end of the year. You have a month to complete your games, like to organize your games to be played. So it is a little less time sensitive than other tournaments. And yeah, the teams just talk to each other and schedule their games to be played. Now, I'm not sure if teams can actually play their games privately and then send the replays through to the team, or if they need an official person from the BCCL team to, spectate the game or not. Either way, we have a 1-3v3, which is... Sorry, let me do this in order. We have 3 1 vs 1s, which are 1 point each, 1 2v2, 1 3v3, and 1 5v5, which are all worth 2 points each. So it is the first team to get 5 points, right? Yeah, I think it's the first team to get... No, or is it 7? Hold on. 3, 5, 7, 9. So yes, first team to 5 points does take the game set. And if you see down under scoring, the set itself is worth 4 points. So the match points are just for the overall set, and then the set points are for the overall tournament. So each match won doesn't go towards the overall tournament. It depends on the whole set going towards the whole tournament. So currently we have 2 teams on 4 points and 2 teams on 1 point. That's how that works. But yeah, so you have no repeat players for the 1 vs 1 to the 3 vs 3, and then the 5 vs 5, all your players can come back and you can mix and match any order of your players into the 5v5. Has to be in a private lobby, ranked or unranked's allowed, no custom widgets, no spectators except for casters, such as myself, or admins, such as Zeeberg and Inda Club. Commands while paused are disabled, and a 10 to 15 minute grace period between matches for us to talk about maps and organize players and all that fun stuff. So, now that we've got that out of the way, let me just double check the lobby, see if anybody is up and running. Nobody. Looks like somebody's in there, already set the lobby up, so I'll join. Looks like nobody's in here. Okay, so I'll leave just in case. Oh, I keep accidentally joining. Ah! Okay. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So let's go ahead and check out our next screen that we're going to be looking at here, which is going to be RAM versus TM, as you can see. And I do have a list of the players here. Actually, now that I think of it. Oh my god, excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. The RAM players won't be here, but it's... There it is. The RAM names are going to be wrong here, so let me just quickly... I'll bring it up, and I'll do this right in front of you guys, because I've got last minute the lineup for RAM. So, with it being a little bit late, it is going to be a bit tricky to do this and make it look nice for you guys, so I would like to apologize for that on the top end here. So let's just do it like this. We'll go XT4 is player 1 here, and then we have Warp X, and then we got Blars. Oh, I love doing this stuff live. Achilles. 10 Rotator 01. Who is the unofficial captain, or maybe the captain, I'm not sure. We also have Clev. We got Wet Rat. Absolutely amazing name here. Oh, why is there a P there? We have R.E. Eddie, who is someone I have never actually come across in all my time. And I think that's everybody who's playing today, so let's just leave it at that for now. And then, of course, we have TM here on the right-hand side. We have Autopilot, Slick Like Vic, Lewis B, Greco Bratco, Teriyaki Tilo, Spooder Friend, Zhao, who I think is currently going by Marzalski, and 8D. Finally, we have Sash Karin. Well, I'm actually not sure who the captain of TM is. I think it might be Sash Karin, but I could also be woefully wrong. Oh, and there's the scores already as well. Zeberg has posted them in the chat. This has obviously got a 5-minute delay, so you won't be seeing that come along. You won't be hearing me rip onto it thing. And XIX says the visuals look OP. That is Volshock. Once again, Daddy Graphics himself, Volshock, organized 99% of this. So, big shout out to Volshock once again. Yo, I didn't even realize he had the background behind the score here moving. Oh, dude, that's cool. That's really cool. But yeah, so that's our teams. We are still just waiting for the lobby to come up. But, oh, it looks like 2 lobbies are up now. So let's jump on in. Alright, looks like we have a 1 person here all ready to go. And I will move us along to the next point in our little journey we're going through. So, as you may remember, we have the 1 vs 1, the 2 vs 2, the 3 vs 3, and the 5 vs 5. So I think we start off usually with a 1 vs 1. So, our first map is going to be Cape Violet, and I am just trying to wait for confirmation for Ram on who is going to be playing that. This does have a 5-minute delay, so I should be safe to throw up the TM player that is going to be playing, because I do have them. So we have TM here, and let me double check to make sure I'm not going to get this wrong. It is actually going to be our friend, our savior. I should have done this in alphabetical order, but it is Autopilot. So we're just waiting for Ram to tell us who Autopilot is going to be going up against. And I guess while we wait, let's have a look at Cape Violet. This is Cape Violet. Please excuse the low-res image of the map. It's just impossible to get high-res images of the excuse me, of the maps that we will be watching. If anybody knows a way to get like really high-resolution pictures of the map, let me know. If not, I'm gonna have to go through manually one day and create these maps as a solo graphic somehow. I'm sure I could figure it out. But either way, we do have a left-right spawn here, so let me go ahead and set up my mouse so you guys can see what I am looking at here. Let me make it a cool little... Whoops, that's not the right... That wasn't the right button. Let me make it a cool little thing so everybody can see it. Why does that keep breaking like that? There we go. Okay, so you have the middle of the map here. Of course, all this green stuff on the map, all of this sort of jazz, is in fact water. So don't let it fool you into thinking that it's grass. But yeah, you have. I guess you could split the map midways like this. But the spawn points are usually over here. Of course, you can spawn here and here if you like. It's just not very often that people do spawn there. You can see that each player has 2 geo spots. Hold on. Sorry, I've just got a message. Uh, 1v1 was 1v1, 3v3, 2v2, 5v5. We can do that order if you like. Sorry, Tim. But yeah, so there are 2 geo spots, these little red things that you can see on each side of the map. They're pretty handy. There is a nice 18 to 20 wind, 20 titles, and only 40,000 energy reclaim. So nothing too crazy. Let me just check my game, make sure no one's started yet. Wait, has the maps changed? Have the maps changed? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, if the maps have changed, I'm screwed. I've got nothing ready. Oh no! Wait, what? Oh no. Oh goodness gracious me. Wow. Well, that came out of nowhere. So let's go ahead and put this back to the homepage for a second, because it seems that the maps aren't the maps that I think they are. I don't understand. I thought it was the same. Ooh. Hold on. Oh god. Okay, well, I guess we're not gonna have the proper graphics today then. I really should have organized this better. Otto and Sasha co-captains? Oh. Interesting. Please ignore the next 5 minutes of my talk. I'm about to be wrong about maps, etc. Crap. All right, well, I guess I'm going to be as surprised as you guys are about what map is being played by who and when. So, without further ado, I guess we'll just jump into the verses here. We'll go to the 1v1. So it is going to be Teriyaki Tilo first, apparently. So, oh my god, I'm so bad at this. What have I done? Okay, so we are going to be watching Teriyaki Tilo up against oh god, who are we up against? I think it's Rotator. It is going to be 10 Rotator 01. Oh god. Do I not even have him on the list of names here either? This truly is a wouldn't be a VDB cast if it all went perfect, would it? Let me just do that real quick, and then we can add his name into here. He should be down the bottom. There he is. There we go. And the map is obviously wrong, but it looks like they're going into the game, so let's just ignore everything I've said in the past 5 minutes, and let's just enjoy some games. Let's just enjoy some games. God damn it, dude. Oh. Alright. Anyway, we're just loading in. I am. Oh, my headphones have just turned off. Whoops. Hello, I can't select Beyond All Reason as a thing to view anymore. Oh god, everything's just breaking. The game hasn't fully started yet, so we do have a couple of seconds here. Why does this just not let me select Beyond All Reason anymore? What is... There we go, that was weird. Anyway, hello team, and welcome to my stream. So the first match, this is for 1 point overall team. And we are looking at Teriyaki Tilo versus Rotator 01, obviously from TM and RAM respectively. Let's have a look. What way are we supposed to face? We're supposed to actually be facing Teriyaki Tilo's way, so let's spin that map this way now. And let's see if we can catch these guys having a great game. We're doing a little bit of quiet Beyond All Reason music on for you guys, because it is one heck of a soundtrack. Let's actually go ahead and pick a song here. We're in, baby. Okay, and we're off to the races. Finally, we are going to be having... Let me just move this over here so I can see what's going on with the chat. We do have a Cortex opening from Teriyaki Tilo. I did see Teriyaki actually practicing this with autopilot moments before the tournament began. So hopefully we've got something cooking for him. He will be going for the Cortex vehicle opener. Obviously, going for a solar on 16 wind is not the most efficient, but if that wind ever dies, that solar will come into play. So Teriyaki Tilo is probably hoping for that wind to die. And there we go, it's starting to die now. Does he queue anything up? He goes for a single constructor into 5 scouts and then 2 more constructors. Okay, so we're going to probably be looking for some quick expansion from Teriyaki Tilo. And his opponent, Rotator, is going to be going for an identical build order here. Except he's going to go 2 scouts into 2 constructors. Whereas Teriyaki Tilo went for the single constructor first. So we will just watch this bad boy move across the map. We'll watch it fly away from Rotator's base. You see Rotator is struggling for energy right now. And Teriyaki is doing the same. This is Teriyaki's stats up here, you can see now. Fairly even. I mean, it is a minute 30 into the game. So, a minute 30 into the game, there's not really a whole lot happening. Here comes the first scout unit for Rotator, just as Teriyaki's second con? Wait, hello? That was the first constructor? First constructor comes out for Teriyaki. Does instantly get spotted by Rotator, but a single scout unit is definitely not enough to clean up a constructor. You can see he's still on 88% health. He's still living life. But Rotator does know he opened up with that constructor, and there is nothing coming across his side of the map. So you can see on the mini-map here, you might not be able to see it, but he is actually gone for a double constructor after that initial push. He's AFK lab at the moment, building a construction turret. This is super greedy from Rotator. I think he got the wrong idea. When he did the scout and saw the opening with the construction vehicle. He definitely isn't expecting these rascals. Yeah, rascals coming across the map. And they're actually going to get a little bit of value here. Taking out these 2 metal extractors doesn't seem like much, but 2 minutes 40 into the game is quite a lot. We do actually have a single rascal doing a little bit of damage in the back here, but does get cleaned up before any damage actually gets done. We do have those 2 constructors working on the lab while Teriyaki Tilo is moving his way around. And yeah, Rotator is just on the defensive now. I think Rotator had a bit of a chance to be a bit more aggressive, but he decided to double down on his economy play, hoping that Teriyaki was doing the same. Now, Teriyaki was doing the same, but Teriyaki also sent enough scouts across the map just to distract Rotator. And if we zoom out while these scouts are doing the damage that they can, you can see that the entire army value on the map is in this area here. There is obviously a few units back at Teriyaki's base. I'm not quite sure why. But yeah, all the army value is in Rotator's base right now, and that is forcing him to just, you know, do a lot of different stuff all at once. Playing around with the scout, picking up another metal extractor. You can see that Teriyaki is ahead on metal produced just by a couple hundred. Energy produced, Teriyaki is ahead, does lose the radar, which is such a hassle. This metal extractor in the back is also gone. The scout unit got it a little bit earlier. And Rotator is kind of walking around here. He's going to be getting some... Oh, these LLTs are queued up with this constructor. Interesting. I'm not sure about this queue for the constructor. I think he's just misclicked it when he's been using APM non-stop. and another scout in the back just being an absolute harassment. We will check in on Teriyaki Tilo. Oh, I was going to say in a second, but here's those units that were AFK in Teriyaki's base. He was just waiting for the right opportunity. And if we quickly zoom out here, you can see that there is another contingent of incisors coming around the long way to harass this constructor, try and find it and pick him off. So this is basically just a distraction, but if he can get damage and value with it, then that is all the better for Teriyaki. But if these guys don't get the full damage that they need, that is no problem for Teriyaki right now. This is a very nice two-pronged attack. And at the same time, you can see on the minimap, Teriyaki is making his way towards that central island for those metal extractors. And if you place a radar there, you actually do get great coverage. I'll show you guys that in just a minute. Oh, 1 second. Somebody's... Whoop, delete message. We do not want scammers on our channel here. Yep, and you can see here that these 3 incisors for Teriyaki are distracting 6. So it's double the army value getting distracted by just a couple. And this attack here still hasn't landed, but it's set to. Now, let me show you what I was talking about here. It does drop a energy storage because he's got that 16 wind going. But the radar here does give you great coverage to both of these side lanes. You can see he's actually placing it right here, so let's have a look. That is where his radar's going to be, and he's going to have a beautiful vision once he does place that. There is 5 incisors chasing down these 3. These guys here do come in from this angle. They are going to be driven off, but Teriyaki should be sending them this way once they run into resistance here any second now. Yeah, I would say he should be going there now, but it looks like he is just going for the attack. Did actually miss that constructor on the side there, so I'm surprised he hasn't come up this way to check out these metal extractors. That's usually what you like to do in a position like this. Rotator does make his way towards Teriyaki's commander, and we might be seeing a game-ending battle here. Let's just see what happens. As soon as he comes up out of that water, he is going to be in range of that LLT. And there we go. He takes a couple of shots. And now if Teriyaki follows him, he might be able to actually get the kill. But it looks like he is just driven off. No actual damage done. And he's going to make his way towards the front line here. We got a little bit of a battle getting ready to go here. But let's quickly check out these economies. You can see that Teriyaki is ahead on all metrics currently. Energy produced is dead even. But he does have a muskrat. And so does Rotator. So both going for the muskrat play at the exact same time. Let's just check out this battle. Beautiful surround from Rotator, but Rotator just doesn't have the numbers to win this battle. So Teriyaki Tilo will be going away with the victory on this one. Not sure where Rotator's commander is going. Finally, he's going to check for that constructor. I wish he had checked a lot earlier. Rotator's commander is actually just heading towards Teriyaki's base. I don't know, like, is he going to drop a radar up here or something? I have no idea what this is about. He doesn't have energy for a D-gun. The wind is quite high, so he should have energy. And these little units over here are just getting kind of cleaned up at the same time. But yeah, let's check out these economies really quick. We have a construction turret, second one going down for Teriyaki. He does have 24 wins, working on his 25th at the moment. A couple of constructors just chilling in his base. He is expanding this way with a constructor, this way with a constructor, and he's just finished expanding over here with a constructor. He's got the muskrat going as well. Now, if we check out Rotator's base, I seriously don't know what's going on here. He has a total of 11 wins, so half the amount of wind that Teriyaki has. He's got 3 con turrets, so he definitely is overspending energy right now. He needs to scale that energy with that extra metal he's got. And he's expanding this way. He's missing a mix here. He's fully expanded this way, but he has sent another constructor out to clear build the ones that he's lost. And he doesn't have control of this middle island. But he does have the muskrat building these metal extractors on the side. Teriyaki blocking off this open far lane, I guess I would describe it as, with his commander. Does get a couple of nice D-guns off there, instantly winning that battle. Great value there. And at the same time, he does, if you didn't quite catch it when I was talking, these brutes here on the front line, just constantly harassing Rotator. Takes out a few incisors by the look of it, and a couple of LLTs. And this will just keep the pressure on Rotator, forcing him to continually reconsider what he's doing with his army. Looks like Rotator's fixing his problem of not enough energy. No, he's not. I take it back. I thought he'd fix the problem of not enough energy, but he hasn't quite yet. Rotator's commander is going for a little walkie walk. He's going to try and degun the lab. I think it's a questionable play, but I am 100% here for it. I do have a message. Okay. We're all good. Yeah, looks like... Oh my god, please. There we go. I can hear him every time he clicks something. He does get a little bit surrounded. He might get some nice D-guns off here. But yeah, look at this army coming for Rotator's commander. They're also followed by an army of Rotator himself. If Rotator makes it back to the water, then this army here might be able to clear up a bit of economy. But it looks like he does go down in the end. And Teriyaki Tilo takes the first win for TM.
Game over.
Whoops, I forgot to turn off my... caster. Where are we? There we go. Beautiful. Game 1 goes to TM. So let me go ahead and we'll... I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to sort this out, but it looks like... I mean, maybe I could quickly do this. Okay, so it says Cape Violet. Can I change this at all? Hold on. Let's go... TM takes that, so TM gets the win on this one. But maybe, just maybe, I can do this, and I can go... what was the map that we just played? Aurelia. Oh, yo, we've got it. Okay, so, Game 2. Let me find out what the heck Game 2 is. How do I see what the... Okay, Heartbreak Hill and Eye of Horus. I think I can fix this, guys. Bear with me. So, second game will indeed be Heartbreak Hill, so I think... Hold on. Oh, God. Volshock has thought of everything. He's already got all this stuff set up so I can quick change it. I am loving this. Thank you, Volshock. Heartbreak Hill, and what was the last one? I've already forgotten. Eye of Horus. Great map. Great map. So let's go ahead and throw that out. Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So game 1 goes to TM. As you can see, there is 1 point on the board for TM here. Ram do just need a 1 minute thing here. 1 second. Let me... whatever, it's fine. I'll just wait until they join. Ruining Bar. And I think Ruining Bar is, in fact, Sash Corinne. Let me just go. You next. Sash. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I do have another message here. So, the next map, now that we know what map we're going to be looking at here, we can actually go ahead and check those maps out. I don't have a graphic for them. God, that's so annoying. Is there... This one might do. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. This is going to look a little bit weird. But I think we can make this work. Let me delete this. Let me delete that. Ah, that's good enough. That is good enough. Okay, I think this should work. So, if we do this, and we just change it to this one. Perfect. Okay, let's have a look. Way, there we go. Not as nice as the last graphic was, but it's the best thing I can throw together in a couple of seconds. So we have Heartbreak Hill coming up next. I hope. I hope. And if my hopes are not in vain, then talking about this map is not going to be too bad. So, Heartbreak Hill, very fun map to play. This is the halfway line that we're going to be looking at today. Most usual spawn locations are here next to this little pond. You do get the 10 titles if you really want, but I highly disrecommend it, if that's even a way to say something. But the reason you spawn on these positions is because you do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 metal extractors, very close. There are 2 more here. And then you've got, 1 here, 3 here, and 3 here. So it is the highest concentration of metal extractors in the early game. That's why a lot of people do go there. I myself am partial to spawning here in this nice safe position. It does give you 3, 6, 7 metal extractors in a very safe position, but of course it is suboptimal. A lot of the times you'll see, instead of the map being split halfway like this, you'll see the map being split sort of in this weird like S shape, even though that's not it should be something like this, I think. Something like that, roughly, because obviously the player that spawns here gets control of this high ground, very easily defensible. You do have just a couple of ramps to get up here, and then obviously there's no ramp here to get up, so a lot of the time people will push this way and expand down here, set up static defenses here, and then you've got that whole corner nice and safe for you. Obviously 3 to 15 win, nothing crazy. 10 title, don't recommend building titles. So it's a bit of a mismatch, hodgepodge type of map. There's a tiny bit of metal reclaim and a little bit of energy reclaim. Let me just check the game, make sure that nobody's gone. Ready when you are. Okay, sweet, looks like they are going in. So we are going to be just quickly going back, and the game is starting up. So let's quickly throw in our players here. We are going to have Ram, and for Ram, we are going to have, what is his name? I can't find it now. Eddie. No idea who this guy is. Maybe someone's had a name change. I honestly have no clue, so I'm as excited as you guys are to see what he can pull off. And then obviously his opponent is going to be, as noted earlier, Sash Corinne. So we're going to have Eddie versus Sash Corinne. And let's get straight into it. Because I haven't even loaded the game yet. God, rookie. Absolute rookie. There are people wanting to co-cast this. How could Rotator join me? Let's just give him a call, I guess.
Hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
Thanks, I'm great.
GG last game. I am just loading into the new match now. I had a quick chat about the map, and then we're basically just going to go straight into the game if you're here.
Oh, nice.
Are you in the lobby still, or...?
Yeah, I can see everything.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. Alright, I guess we'll just get straight into it. We got Sash Corinne, who is in fact TM Ruining Bar, which is a little ode to their most recent tournament games. Spawning on the right side here. Going, as I said, spawning in that usual location. It looks like he's going for a 3-mex opener as Armada. And his opponent, Eddie, is going to be going Cortex Commander. Maybe a 2 or 3-mex? No, 2-mex. Okay, he's going to be Cortex Bot Lab.
Yeah, let's see how the game develops. I mean, it's not a secret that we are not really strong in 1v1s. So I kind of know most likely who the game is going to go to.
Yeah, Sash Corinne is one heck of a player as well.
Obviously, yeah. But I mean, we are here for the fun. We are here to improve, and I'm really looking forward to the team games. Let's see, maybe we have a chance there.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys pull out here. And I assume you're coming back next year if BCCL's on next year, so it'll be nice to see how much you guys improve by next year.
Yes, we will be joining next year too. We are really looking forward to participate in the BCCL and looking forward to more clans joining. So it will be fun, I guess.
Yeah, sounds amazing. We do have a 3 construction bot opener for Sash Corinne, so he's going quite greedy. He's going to be dropping down a radar straight away. So he does need to build maybe 1 more solar as well. He's stalling energy like crazy. And that radar is going to cost him a lot more energy. But meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Eddie is going for a couple of units just to stop ticks if they come, and then into a grave robber for that juicy energy reclaim.
But I think I really like Sash Corinne's start. I mean, the map is has a decent size, right? So he can go quite greedy, and I think he has the necessary skill to react to any early harassment. So I think it pays off for him, right?
Yeah, the distance between these two bases is quite long. And then with this radar, by the time your units, get to his base after he's seen you in his radar, it's like he can easily pump some stuff out. So
Yeah, exactly. And right now he can just get snowballing in by expanding his economy way faster than Eddie, if you compare it.
Yep. He's also got he's got the 3 cons expanding. One's going to expand and then build economy in his base. One's expanding to that high ground, like I said, and then one's expanding to the safe-ish position. Just to note as well, guys, that these hills here can be run over by bots. As you can see, these ticks are running as well. You can't cross these mountains here, so all these positions here are uncrossable by bots. But everywhere else basically is. Okay, Sash sees that he is Cortex. He sees that he's got some grunts out. And now Eddie's going to have to use all his APM to stop these pesky ticks from, giving him the runaround.
I'm actually curious. I would like to know whether TM put a lot of thought into their matchup, or they were like, who wants to go which position?
I'd say TM... Probably not, to be honest. They probably just who's available to play and who sort of wants to. They probably just threw a vote out, who wants to play what and sort of thing. Because I think all TM players can play sort of all positions.
I kind of think so too. I mean, if you have a certain skill rating, right, a certain level, it's kind of expected you also can play 1v1. Or let's say it that way, if you can play 1v1 quite well, then you're quite a good player, right?
Yeah, I think most TM players are over 50 in 50 OS in 1 vs 1s. So it's quite quite strong. Quite strong is almost an understatement. This is a lot of ticks from Sash Grim. We're up to 30 something already. What are we up to? 34 ticks. So it looks like he is just going to go for the mass tick play. Will work very well against a small amount of grunts like this, but if too many grunts get into a ball, these ticks won't be able to clear them out. But of course, Eddie doesn't have them all in one position. Looks like the commander does get a bit surrounded too.
That could have been a good D-gun. Unfortunately, he missed it.
Yeah, that would have been beautiful.
This could even be...
I think he'll be okay.
He's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But it would have been a really beautiful D-gun, yeah.
That would have been absolutely amazing.
There was the opportunity there, yes.
But it looks like Eddie is still expanding, working his way around. I am a little bit concerned about the missing metal extractors in his base. And looking at his metal bar, it is sitting at 500 metal. So I think he needs, a little bit more build power, a little bit more expansion rate. Seshkrin is expanding at a rapid pace right now, so you can see economically he's just pulling away on all metrics.
Also kind of dangerous now to go with Commander that far to the front. But I mean, maybe he has a plan.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to stop these ticks from having so many pathways to victory. But on a map like Heartbreak Hill, it's kind of hard to block off this many areas for this many ticks. I think Eddie... just needs to work on his economy a little bit more and not worry too much about these rampaging ticks. But of course, 30 ticks is nothing to just leave alone for too long, because it could come back to bite you very quickly.
Definitely. And I think one thing we can see here, and also what we saw kind of in my game against Tilo, is that if you let the stronger player dictate the match, they definitely will dictate the match, and they will then basically decide on the tempo. And once you get in this reactive position, it's super hard to get out of it.
Yeah, Beyond All Reason's good defensively, because if you can defend very well, you can reclaim your opponent's wreckages. But if you're playing constantly defensively and your opponent has all this time to think of what they want to do and how they want to do it, they can come up with all sorts of cheeky strategies to make that defensive position less favorable for you. Like the map control and everything's a big part, a big factor.
But I like to see that Eddie's now also playing it a bit more safe.
Yep.
It's not going all in with his units. It's fun how like all of the fight centers on the lower part of the map, and there's no run-bys on the top, or almost no run-bys.
Yeah, I'm very surprised Sash hasn't been doing any run-bys. It looks like he's doing some sort of all, like, pure tick challenge, which is insane. But I think he's gonna get a very decisive battle here on the southern side. We'll see if Eddie has enough. 13 grunts versus up to 60 ticks now and counting. So it's gonna be pretty big battle here. I think Eddie might lose his commander if he's not too careful. Oh, cheers for the raid, Sivan. Let me just put that in the chat real quick.
I think now we can see the raid starting that we talked about. Sashkran is preparing for them. And it might hurt Eddie if he's not gonna react to it fast enough.
Sashkran does have 4 construction turrets in his base. He's scaling wind and he's just building ticks behind this. So he is just expanding and scaling very nicely right now. I think Eddie just having no map presence is hurting him very badly here. He sort of has like a little bit of presence down here with his commander and this army, but everywhere else it's just like no pressure on Sashkarin and not really expanding. He's still missing metal extractors in his base, so it looks like he's remedying that momentarily, but I think his expansion paths could definitely use a little bit of work.
Yep, there's a fight in the middle.
Yep, down go those grunts. Few ticks lost here.
As you said, you can say it quite well. They're just overwhelming in numbers.
Yeah, grunts trade very well with ticks, but you do need a specific number of grunts to beat this many ticks.
But I guess, as you said, Sashkran might have made it a challenge for himself to go ticks only. Because economically speaking, I'm not sure if it's that smart, right? Because you get 1 grunt for the price of 2 ticks. But you definitely need... How many ticks do you need to overwhelm a grunt? Like 7?
You can beat a single grunt with 5 ticks, maybe 6. That's like the safe number. 6 is the safe number, so it's quite expensive. But obviously, if you have 100 ticks and you only have 20 grunts, you're probably gonna be able to overwhelm them, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It's also kind of fun to watch.
It is so
fun. Kind
fun.
of game every day.
There is a fellow called, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's E-N-O, so Eno is how I say it. And every time I play him, well, I haven't seen him in a long time, but every time I used to play him, he would just purely go ticks almost every single game. And it was torture to play against.
Yeah, we can see Sashkran snowballing on his echo. Now he already has his T2 lab almost up. Yeah, 10 seconds out. And yeah, from then on, I'm curious what unit is going to be the next, which we'll see.
He's going for 3 constructors, so he's going to be expanding his economy by the looks of it. Which is crazy because he does have a significant amount of ticks here. He's up to 114 ticks. But the amount of grunts that Eddie has on the map could easily clear these ticks. I'm very surprised he hasn't applied any pressure to this northern side, or like in this area, or even this area. Like any pressure at all up here would cause Sashkarin to, take heavy losses. Instead, Eddie has 2,500. Let's see, 2.7k metal in army units, just sort of chilling. Of course, you can make the argument that Sashkarin has the same amount, but Sashkarin is up in metal produced by 7,000 metal. So, he's significantly...
Now he's really playing greedy. He's reclaiming his C2 lab for even faster eco growth. And okay, he's switching air.
He's probably going to get some transports out to move those ponds around. Maybe, there you go, 4 transports. He's going to move these construction turrets with these T2 constructors around to supercharge his T2 economy. He does have 3 T2 constructors, and he's going to be able to move everything around with those air transports. Finally, we do see movement from Eddie's army. It doesn't move forward very far, but he is building bombers as well, which is kind of funny. If these bombers get some good bombing runs off, it could be a game changer. But obviously Sashkarin has an air lab, if Seshkarin reclaims this air lab without building any fighters, it might not be great for him. Let's just see what happens. Depends how many bombers come out, really.
I think one of the things we definitely need to improve upon in 1v1 is making the right calls in the games. So we still struggle with that, and oftentimes we're still very APM stalled, very much APM stalled.
Yeah, 1v1 is very APM heavy. It's one of those... Sorry, hold on. It is one of those game modes where you kind of need to constantly be poking and prodding your opponent, getting information such as what composition of units do they have, what are they building in their base, how's their economy going. It's just very information dense 1v1 compared to 8v8. Because, you know, obviously if Eddie knows that Seshkarin has T2 constructors and he's just ramping his economy like crazy, might change his decision making. Looks like he is going for this bombing run. Scouts do come out.
Yeah, I'm curious what he's going for. Yeah. Oh, it's lined it up directly into the base, but there's already the... Oh no, that's a solar. I thought there's already anti-air popping up.
Fighters are coming out for Seshkarin. Seshkarin energy stalling because of all the T2 metal extractors he's building. This bombing run definitely could have been better. I don't know why he split 3 off and sent 3 in. These fighters are going to eventually clear out all these bombers with not too much damage done. I think this bombing run really could have been devastating for Seshkarin. Obviously not game ending, but it would have been really annoying, especially losing all his energy production.
Definitely, and Ed is now pushing it. I'm curious what will happen.
Yeah, I mean, how many ticks are here? 144 ticks versus 50 grunts. I think the grunts should win this. As long as they, yeah, keep moving back like this. Ooh.
Well, micro, that could work.
Interesting.
Now we see pressure.
That was about a 50-50 trade, I think. I'd have to actually go back and look at that. I think that was relatively even trade.
I'm curious how long Sashburn is gonna keep up with the tick-only strategy.
Yeah. He does have some
whether he can... Oh, yeah. You're right. I was thinking about the ground units.
The ground units, yeah, exactly. I mean,
but he will keep himself restricted to this condition, I guess.
Eddie's in a great position here. I mean, these ticks might clear out these grunts. These LLTs definitely will. I think Eddie kind of threw it a little bit there, but he was in a really good position after that first tick trade when his reinforcements came in, because Seshkarin didn't have any static D down. He could have actually pushed the point and got a little bit of damage done there. But it looks like Seshkarin does survive. I mean, he's got a ridiculous economy right now, so he's looking very strong. Even though the map control is in Eddie's favor, Seshkarin obviously has this insane economy going. He's moving these construction turrets around still, even now, upgrading those metal extractors and just living the dream life. He is APM stalling a little bit on this T2 con, but it looks like he's fixing that right now. Yeah, and he's looking really nice. Let's have a look back at Eddie's base. Eddie does have a T2 lab out for himself. Seshkarin...
He's pushing queens.
Yeah, beans, yeah. Seshkarin's floating 8,000 metal, which is a big problem. Somebody call Seshkarin and tell him that he's got a serious problem on his hands here. He's just not spending his metal, and that probably would happen if you're only building ticks because they're so cheap. He probably needs, you know, a bit more energy, which is what he's working on now, and a couple more T1 labs if he wants to continue on this track. I think these fiends are going to really force Seshkarin to not build ticks anymore, or Seshkarin's going to have to build T2 static defense. I'm not quite sure what his game plan is, but I'm interested to see what he does.
I was hoping a bit for Eddie to push his air advantage a second time, or like go maybe for a second bombing run. I really hope to see that. Let's see if he thinks if it's worth it or not.
Yeah, I think that original bombing run really could have done some serious damage to Seshkarin's power, like energy economy. Because if you look, he doesn't actually have a lot of wind turbines, and if he'd bombed those wind turbines, he wouldn't be able to afford to build the T2 extractors and units. But it looks like he is going to a second fusion. Yeah. Yeah, both players floating a lot of metal here. Obviously, it's more of a problem for Eddie to be floating metal at this point, as Sashkarin has... what does he have? Yeah, he's ahead by, like, 26k or something like that, metal. So, him floating 10,000 metal's not the end of the world. And he will remedy that soon. He's working on that build power now.
I mean, you can definitely say that Sashkarin is taking it easy. He's just, I guess, chilling and enjoying the game so far. He's almost... I mean, he has twice the economy, right?
Yeah.
Twice the metal produced. So...
I guess this is a good point.
He's in a pretty good position.
This is a good point to point out that... so you can see that the map control, once again, is heavily in favor of Eddie. But Sashkarin is able to have double the economic value because these T2 mexes are 4 times. So, like, he's going for a nuke. But yeah, the map control is like just one factor in the Beyond All Reason gameplay. You don't want to rely purely on that map control. Can't believe he's going for a nuke, madman.
I'm not even sure when was the last time I saw a nuke in a 1v1.
Yeah, nuke in 1v1.
Especially this early, right?
Yeah, we're looking at almost 19 minutes. I mean, building only ticks is a great way to have a lot of metal in the bank. They are very inexpensive. But, I mean, fiends are so scary for Sashkarin. But Eddie stopped building them, which is a shame. Scout
yeah,
units.
okay, he has a few shell ones he can push a bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's gonna be... He will get enough value out of them, but I think he will need to be really, really aggressive, and he should really push the base quite aggressively. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, he's only got 7 fiends here, but 7 fiends could probably clear all these ticks by themselves with some well-timed self-Ds. Here comes the T2 static defense for Sash, and that is probably going to force those Sheldons off that area. Yeah, and I do want to point out as well that moments ago we saw Sashkarin with a scout, and he got full vision of Eddie's base, so he knows exactly the buildings Eddie has and his economic layout, which is what I was saying earlier about, you've got to have that scout vision so you know what's going on and how your opponent's acting. Alright, that nuke is up, and it is a quarter, maybe a fifth of the way loaded, so we're just waiting for that to load, and then I assume we'll be seeing a nice nuke. We'll probably be seeing Sashkarin do one more scout before that nuke launches, just to make sure that there's no anti-nuke up and running. Let's get a nice...
This would be a nice moment for the stream to put up like a death counter or something, just counting down until the nuke loads.
Till the nuke launch, yeah. I mean, if Eddie builds an anti-nuke, he'll be in an better position than he's in now. Let's just have a look. Does he have one queued? He does not. He is building his first fusion, but very, very slowly in the back here. It is going to be 5 minutes till that fusion is up. I wonder what's going to come first, the fusion or the nuke? I think the nuke is going to finish.
If I were playing 1v1 with a Sashkarin, I wouldn't expect the nuke either.
Yeah.
I guess.
He is...
I would think something is up because he's playing so defensively, right?
Yeah,
but
something's definitely up.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
He's building a second nuke here. No. He started building a Aphis, and then 2 nukes, and then he's reclaimed it, and he's gone into hovercraft? Yeah, I have no idea. He's just making me say things now. Sashkarin's just making me say things. He's doing this on purpose. And he does have... Oh my god! He's got... transports on repeat. I think he's going to go for a hover drop or something crazy. He's building a shipyard. Okay, I don't know. This man's just... he's an enigma.
I bet he made a bet with his fellow TM players. They made like bingo cards for the things he can make you say.
Yeah, bingo cards. Alright, 320 ticks.
That's one bingo.
Yeah, that's one bingo there, yeah. He's building a LRPC as well. 2 LRPCs. I mean, this is wild. The nuke is ready, but it is not launching.
I kind of feel like this is a bit of an homage
This will be
It might be a
seaplanes.
bit of a... Yeah, but I think it might be a bit of an homage to Discord Wars that happened yesterday, where there's one of the disadvantages that the stronger team can take to reduce the bonus of the weaker team. It's called Porcupine, where you're basically not allowed to advance over half the map with ground units, and you can just do like a pork creep, and there goes the nuke.
That's crazy. Yeah, so the nuke is landing on this army. It looks like Eddie knows, and Eddie is running, but it does get hit directly. That army goes down. Not the most ideal nuke position, but it looks like Sashkarin is more than happy to take that trade. I'm not sure what all those transports were for. I've lost them. Oh, they were just moving the build power so you could build the LRPC. And we are going to watch this LRPC fire its first shot, hopefully. Come on, baby. Shoot something. Shoot something. I'm missing a battle because of you. Okay, let's just check out this battle. Ticks are making their way across the map, clearing out everything that they can. They do make it all the way to Eddie's base. This T2 Con doesn't stand a chance. Let's check the mini-map. Well, there's the commander. I think he sees the commander. He sees the commander. Is he going to go for a snipe? And all those ticks do get cleaned up. Let me spin this back around so we're watching it normally again. Yeah, Eddie being forced back by ticks. The second nuke is ready to rock and roll whenever Sashkarin is. I don't see where these LRPCs are shooting.
They're not shooting at all.
No.
Sashkarin has still energy problems.
I think
that's
also
a bit too much, right?
he's clicked on this lab, and I think this lab is out of sight, so the LRPC is just not shooting. I think, because it's not even turning. So I think he's misclicked where it's aiming. Yeah, Sashkarin with a weird game tactic here. He did actually go for the seaplanes, but he hasn't built anything yet, so he's just got that there ready for... There we go, 2 shots from the LRPC. Let's see if I can get a nice angle here. Get a nice view. There's the well from Eddie. There's another nuke. I didn't see where that nuke was going. It is going to the base. So let's see if we can catch these 2 shots. Beautiful, takes out 2 LRPCs. And then at the same time, we have the nuke coming out from here, and this will be the game-ending nuke, because there's no anti-nuke up, which should be the thing you build instantly as soon as you hear that there's a nuke coming. You build an anti-nuke in your base. There's the anti-nuke dropping now, but a little bit too late, and the GG should be coming out from Eddie any second now. And it looks like 2 nukes were launched before the fusion was done. And there's the GG. Well played, Sash. Eddie had a good try. A couple of simple mistakes that, if he fixes, could definitely up his game. So yeah, I hope he checks this replay and you know, learns a thing or two from it.
Yeah, and I mean, we are here to learn from really good players. I mean, TM is a really strong clan. I'm not sure if they might not even be the strongest right now, right?
I mean, I am a little bit biased, but I'd say yeah, they're the strongest. But of course, as I said, I'm super biased, so.
I think a bit of bias is fine, you know, as long as you admit it.
yeah, as long as you admit it, yeah. Okay, so we do have the second win here for TM. Let me just go ahead and throw that on there. There we go. So it's 2 points to TM so far. That is basically the same points amount as a 2v2, 3v3, or 5v5 map. So it's not like, you know, tournament ending points so far. And I think next we're going to do the third 1v1 in a row, correct?
Yes, the third 1v1.
Nice. Straight into another 1v1. A few minutes to get the next caster in? Okay, so someone else.
Yes, exactly. If I'm not mistaken, I think Sashkarin might be joining it. That'd be nice.
Awesome.
And I will be back for the 2v2 and 3v3, except if somebody else wants to join in.
Cool.
Always like talking with you.
Yeah, awesome. It was great having you here, mate. That was rotated from the first match, guys, if you didn't hear me say it earlier. But yeah, feel free to come back whenever. This is a little bit disorganized for me. I got home like an hour or 2 hours before the tournament started, so sorry with how unorganized I am today.
All good, all good. I mean, I can completely understand this. Like, Discord Wars yesterday was also super unorganized. You know, you gotta have those phases in your life.
Yeah.
It's just a game at the end of the day, right?
Exactly. I just want it to be as good as possible for everybody watching to build that bar community. But I will love you and leave you, and I'll go find ourselves a Sash Corinne.
Have a nice time, and see you later.
Cheers, bro. Talk to you later.
Cheers.
All right. So let me just change over our screen so we can check out this last one. That is not the one that we want here. Let me call Sash Corinne and he can talk to you guys while I'm doing this. Well, hello there.
Hello there.
Thank you for putting on an absolutely beautiful show for us.
Just wanted to build a new cam.
Yeah.
Wanted to make it more entertaining, I guess, in a way.
I was definitely trying to figure out what you were doing and just had to give up halfway through. I couldn't.
I didn't even know what I was doing, so it was just, I don't know, getting some ideas in my head and just.
Yeah. That was beautiful. The fast expansion was quite nice because there's not like a lot of pressure on you, so you could do that cheeky expansion.
Oh yeah, well, the player I was playing against, wasn't really the best.
Yeah,
he was trying his best.
The double question marks
my
on the...
strat was
Yep.
my strat was just to snipe his comm with ticks early on, and then I couldn't. I got a bit tilted because the commander was probably like 10% HP or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was I mean, he did have an opportunity for a perfect D gun there, but just didn't quite think of it.
But that was so close. Like,
That
was
was...
his percentage on commander?
I don't even remember. It was something very close, like 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are going into the third match, which will be Eye of Horus. I just had to quickly change up the graphic for that for everybody. Oh, looks like they've already gone into it, so we won't even talk about the map this time. So that's great. We can just go straight into casting. Awesome.
Yeah, nice map actually.
Yeah,
More like a micro-related.
Yeah, it's a very bot heavy in the early game on this map. You don't see a lot of vehicle openers. It's viable, but you don't often see it. Spoody and Looney. Oh god.
I've seen actually people trying vehicle here, and it's, in my opinion, it's playable. You can make it you can make it so it's playable, and like with incisors, it's definitely playable. But bots is like just easier.
Yeah, I think it's definitely playable if you've got the skill expression to do that. But bots is just the easy, simple, don't have to think about it too much way to go on this map. At least to start, you often see the transition into vehicles on this map quite quickly. But starting with the bots is just so handy because of the movement factor you get from it.
Yeah, it's a problem of this map. You usually don't even see stuff that is going on you.
Yep. Yeah.
So you need to like choose the perfect raiders to build. Like for example, here is a very nice raider. Like here, here. This is the things you're looking for here, and let's see if these both players know about these spots. And
yeah, those are. So I didn't actually know about this one here specifically. That's a really good radar spot.
That's a bloody raider.
Yeah.
He's done it first.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you as well at the start of this game. The wind was like between 1 and 3, and I saw Spoody building just wind. Is that because 25 wind is so good that it's not really even worth building the solars unless the wind is actually just staying at 1?
It's just you're betting on the fact that wind will go up. There's no much else you can say.
Yeah.
And the chance of wind going up when when it was low for a long time is higher than it's still being low.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he kept building wind. But I would personally go for solar if the wind is like really low.
On 1 or 3.
Because then it allows you to go faster faster ground.
Definitely a gambling man Spoody is, by the looks of it. Does lose that metal extractor as it was about to finish, but not too much of a problem. Just a bit of a harassment.
This Looney is playing very aggressive, actually. What I would do if I was Spotty, I would just get a Raider up to see where the units are.
There's that first radar finally going up. I guess he didn't want to build one in his base just because the energy cost and time it would take. But it looks like he is just getting harassed. He'll easily be able to defend this, but I mean, it is going to be... I mean, those pawns are a problem.
This is the mistakes that people usually make, is that they think that the Raider that cons make is enough, but usually you can just make it on your own with your commander and it's
instant.
Faster and better, and yeah, you'll see more.
So Looney played very aggressively there, but I don't think he actually got the damage done that he needed. He wasn't expanding at all behind this, and you can see that Spooty has 2 cons expanding, so Looney's going to start expanding now, and Spooty's going to move out across the map with a sizable army. I think Looney's put himself on the back foot unnecessarily here.
Yeah, the army value diff is crazy, because, well, all these grunts are coming.
Looney's sitting on 500 metal as well, which is not really where you want to be if your opponent's coming across the map.
It's kind of a hard spot to be in. I wouldn't want to be Looney right now.
Yeah,
well, grunts usually counter pawns in the current meta, and it's just hard.
Yeah, it's quite nice on this map if you can get your pawns behind these types of hills to get the grunts as they come over, so they're instantly in range, but on an open area like this, it's not going to be great. I mean, I think if Looney in that original attack had picked off both of those expanding cons for Spooty, he'd be in a much better position than he is now, but he didn't really get much damage done, so it just isn't working out the way he'd like it to.
Yeah. It was kind of an all-in, I would say, but now he has no expand going. I mean, actually, he has 1 con.
Yeah.
That will get intercepted, I feel like, in a minute.
Oh, he's doubling up, going one direction. Interesting. Okay.
Double or give it to the next person.
Yeah. Double it and give it to myself. So, yeah, okay, he's expanding forwards now with that constructor, and then his commander's going to be assisting his lab, spending that metal that he needs to spend ASAP. I'm a little bit worried about him not expanding his energy economy as well. I mean, he's got 2 solars here that could, like, be reclaimed and turned into wind when he gets enough, you know, wind out and stuff. I think, yeah, he's just significantly in a bad position now.
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't reclaim solars right now, but I would definitely go for storage, because this map is well, is very random. Like, you don't know if wind stays at like 1 right now or goes to 25. So you just get a storage up and you're fine then. You can build as many grunts as you want.
Yeah, so that's sort of what I mean. I mean, if he gets a bit more wind up, he can reclaim those solars, and 1 solar sort of pays for that storage, and then yeah, he'd be able to fund it. But both those cons...
His body cannot go out. He's trapped. He's in a cage.
He's in a cage, yeah.
Unlucky.
Yeah, it does clean up both those cons as well.
Yeah, it's very predictable where your enemy is expanding on this map. You just know here's your enemy expanding. You just move units there, and if enemy has some backup there, then you just retreat. If not, then you just kill a con.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than just a con. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very predictable map, like you said. Quite often you do see, is it commanders in the central area that you see? People going?
Usually no. Usually not. In a very high level gameplay, no, people don't go there. It's much better to spend your BP on your base, and since maxes are 2.9, you just expand with your cons and you're gonna be just fine.
You're looking good.
Your commander need to be boosting pawns or grunts out.
Yeah, get that army value out on the map. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like another con. I think it was the one that was in the center has actually walked all the way across. I kind of missed it here, but he is going across and he's going to start trying to take that, but that is instantly going to get picked up here.
Yeah, also the damage efficiency is huge already. It's 150 for Spody.
Yeah, that's a decent damage percentage. Yeah, Grunt's trading with pawns is just such good damage. He does just fight move into this commander here, and the commander does get some great trades, but I don't think Spoody's too worried about it. He is currently ahead by 3,000 metal and like 30,000 energy, so he's in a really good spot right now, and it's only going to widen that gap as it goes on. There's the vehicle transition too.
Yeah, Spody stores quite a bit of metal in his bank now, and the thing I don't see is the storage I would expect him to make. Yeah, also Looney doesn't have one either.
Yeah, that 8-minute no storage is wild.
Yeah, it's the storage map. It's like probably the most storage map out of any other map
Yeah, when that wind
I've
drops to
ever played
1,
on.
you definitely want to have that energy stored up, because if the wind drops to 1, 1,000 energy
Yeah.
doesn't go very far. He's going for 2 T1 vehicle labs. Okay,
Whoa,
interesting. I don't
okay.
think he's got
That's
the...
interesting, yeah.
I don't think he's got the eco to do that. I mean, he's obviously got the metal, but I don't think he's got the energy economy to do this, does he? Unless the wind stays high.
Not really, yeah. Not really enough. I wouldn't say so. You see the ball players are accessing. It's normal on this map, but yeah, it's not perfect obviously, and at some point you won't have any energy to boost out anything out of your labs,
Yeah, that
which is
wind's
a problem.
the wind's been treating them very nice lately, but eventually it's gonna be a bit fickle and turn on you.
Looney's trying his best to protect his base. He's got a couple ultis going on there. Even
Yeah,
trying to expand on the right side.
He hasn't really been able to leave his original starting position from the start, and Spoody's just boxed him in. I mean, there is 2, like, free, basically, raids all at once. I think these are all going to end up being a bit of a metal feed. I mean, this one down here might get a bit of damage done if he does proper micro, but the rest of them are most likely going to get cleaned up with not too much damage done.
I don't think he's microing it right now. He's focused on his base.
Yeah.
Oh no, he saw it. Oh, Spoody's not microing either, so
Yeah.
he just skipped down.
Oh, these
Okay,
pawns
the
actually
wind
make it.
stack. They're making it to the wind stack, and he finally realized he had a tick in the back. And
Wow.
is he microing it?
The tick's going to get the metal
Okay.
extractor. How many wins do these pawns get? Not enough. Damn. That could have been hilarious.
Maybe.
Alright,
Well, the metal produce Reef is
It's insane,
is
yeah.
insane.
Over double. This counter attack here is going to be devastating for Looney. He's not going to be able to do any more attacks like that. And Spoody is just, yeah, that army value, or almost 600% army value.
600%. Oh god. I don't think I've ever seen it like this high.
That high, yeah, that is an insane amount of army value there. Oh, I did notice in your match, just to take us out of this match for a second, at one point you went into, I think you had like 100, what was it, like 60 grunts and you had 120 ticks or something? Maybe you had a little bit less,
yeah.
but you guys traded.
Perfect match.
Yeah, it was a perfect matchup, that specific trade. It ended up being you lost half your ticks and he lost half his grunts. Like, almost exactly. It was crazy. It's a great little trade.
It clearly depends on the micro, and I don't think the guy was playing against me. I don't remember his nickname. Well, he wasn't really microing it that great. But casually, if you put one unit against the other unit, well, grunts will always win.
Yeah. Oh, and there's
Oh,
the
Looney,
game-ending
don't lose the
push.
com. Oh,
And
I usually
GG.
don't see people losing comms on their bases, but well, GG.
Yeah, that was good. That was well played by Spoody. I mean, I say well played. I think Spoody had a lot of things he could have done better there, but it was enough to win the game. And he does finish with that Geo as well, which is quite cool. Yeah. Well done. So that's three
Well, yeah.
wins in a row for TM. Is this a clean sweep, is it? Is that what you guys are going for today?
Yeah, same as for pro, like always.
Like always, yeah. Always going for that clean sweep. Ain't no stopping
Yeah.
them.
Same as for the APM tourney.
Oh yeah, that was a great tournament. Yeah. All the tournaments lately have been banging. I've been loving it.
Yeah, they're fun.
Awesome.
Well, so is that it?
I think that's it. I don't know what's up next or what's going on. So, oh yeah, it looks like we're going into the. Wait, hold on. We're going into the 3v3 next, and it's going to be Rotator and Slick. So, yeah, thanks for joining us for that short stint, Sash, and get out of here.
Oh my god. Okay, thanks for reminding me. See ya, bro. Good luck.
Scram. All right, bye, bro. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. Okay, let me get Slick and Rotator into a phone call here. How
Hello?
do I? Hello. I might have messed up. I don't know how to get someone else into this call.
You have to top right. You
Top
need to add
right.
rotator.
Oh, add friends to DM. Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. There we go. Oh, hello, Mr. Slick. We haven't seen you play yet. So, are you playing in this tournament?
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Hello,
Hello.
Rotator. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
No problem. As I understand it, we are heading into the 3v3.
Yes, we are. Just a second, because it seems like I have lost one of my players. Oh no, he's here. All good, all good. Apparently,
is-
there was a DC or something.
That's fine. I do have to quickly throw some graphic changes in here. So I can't even remember who just played for Ram. I've completely forgotten who was that.
Looney.
Looney, that's right. Okay, let me just quickly make a name tag for him. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. So what map are we going to be watching? Because it's been established I have no idea what maps we're looking at today.
It's going to be Gasbag. Gasbag, and I really like this map. I think it's a fun 3v3 map to play. There's
Yep.
quite a few strategies you can try out.
Gasbag.
Looking forward to see what you guys cooked, or if you were cooking at all.
Yeah, we've done some cooking.
Done the cooking.
I think it's gonna be fun. This map is always really fun. It's one of my personal favorites. It's really rich and really choky, so you often get to tech up, and it's not about raiding and stuff. It's very refreshing compared to other 3v3 maps.
It is
That
a
was
very
also
fun
our
map.
initial thought. So we had like two main strategies were going into this map. As you mentioned, tech up is really, really strong. But I think you can also do quite a good early pressure game if you want to. Let's see how it plays out and what strategy they will be going for.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what's going on. Can you guys give me a shout when we are going into the game so I can join? I'm just sorting out the graphics while you guys are talking.
Sure, definitely.
Thank you. Oh, it's been pretty good so far.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's been quite a fun tournament for sure. The games have been entertaining, and we put a lot of players on 1v1 that usually don't really play 1v1s, so it was also really fun to see them try it out.
Oh.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's what I was talking with VDB beforehand, whether there was actually a plan behind those picks, or you just went ahead and said, "Okay, who wanna go for 1v1 and have fun?"
Yeah, we definitely. It was definitely who wants to play what vibe for this one. We wanted to let people play whatever's most fun for them, and a lot of people that usually don't play 1v1s at all stepped up to play 1v1, and I'm sure they had a great time.
That's really nice.
Yeah. But yeah, Gasbag is cool. Last time Gasbag was in a tournament, I might be wrong. I believe it was the 3v3 Faction Wars tournament, which was ages ago at this point. It had Legion on, and people were making Tsars at that point. Obviously, the meta has changed. The map has changed a bit as well. There have been some terrain changes since then. Really excited to see if any different units will be used this time. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure Tsar is also really good as well.
Yeah, Gasbag's always a good one to watch. There's some we did see the what was it? It was like the artillery drops in the was that the most
yeah.
recent tournament? That was so fun to watch.
Yeah, that was pro versus casual newbies now, which is TM.
Yeah.
Faction Wars Finals, Pro pulled out this strategy where they drop Wolverines behind the enemy base, like behind the big mountains. And it honestly looked like it worked pretty well. And then casual newbies picked up the Wolverines, captured them, and dropped them back behind Pro's base.
Yeah,
It was
return
a
to
really, really
sender.
funny game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a big view of the map, but we are just loading into the game. I completely missed the game start. Hopefully we're not too far behind, but this is what the map looks like.
We just loaded in, yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Nothing's happened yet. Yeah.
All right, but yeah, so I guess I can quickly, while we wait for these guys to choose their start locations, I'll quickly on this map I've got up here, just draw the initial start locations here for everybody, just so you can see them. I don't know why that's not working. You know what? Whatever, we'll just leave it as it is. But yeah, anyway, that's what the map looks like. Let's just go straight across into the game. This has been a very higgledy-piggledy cast so far. And straight away, we can actually see if this is where they're actually spawning. Two completely different setups here.
It's interesting to see. This is what I was saying in the beginning, that you can have different strategies. And I think the one with which Autopilot is going with was one of the ones we were also trying to go for. And in our trainings against each other, there was a different strategy that kind of popped out, which they're picking right now. So I'm excited to see it.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks really fun actually. Look at Zark's spawn location. He's spawning at the most forward point. It looks like he's gonna be walking early with Commander. That
Yeah,
I've never seen before.
Get ready for a surprise. It's gonna be fun, I think.
Oh, I'm excited. You
Alright.
guys got me riled up now. So I'm assuming the TM positioning is to get those geos up early or something. I'm assuming there's going to be a lab down by Autopilot and Zhao. And then Ram is going to be a quite aggressive position. I mean, this is just complete guesswork here.
But yeah, what you mentioned before, I really like those kind of plays. I really like to watch those games. A shout out to Alexei, formerly Soft Ties. I really love watching him play air. He's so cheeky with his heavy transport, always picking up front units and then reclaiming them for eco boosts. It's just so fun to watch.
That's always a good strategy in all game types from... Okay. We have some drawings on the map, and this looks like what we were talking about earlier with the Wolverine drops. Maybe it's not going to be Wolverine. Maybe it's going to be something else, but yeah, this could be good. This is going to be a great match, ladies and gentlemen. So quickly run and grab your popcorn now before the game starts, but don't be too long, because we are going in.
I have no clue what TM is gonna go for. Obviously, TM team is Autopilot, AD Zhao, Ram is Zarkst, Achilles, and Blars. Pretty heavy stack from Ram.
Yeah, Zars dropping the lab. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting the lab to be here straight away.
Yeah, let's see how the strategy will play out that we have been practicing. We might get a surprise out of the viewers.
Okay, so this is something that's been pre-cooked here. We have ourselves a little pre-cooked pie. We're just waiting to see the first bite and what the filling's going to be. I do want to point out as well that this is actually a wall, a natural wall, which is quite cool. I really like that Aiden has put these in here. And you have to either reclaim them or shoot them to get rid of them. So you have to open up the pathways yourself. And I think that's a really unique... what am I trying to say? Unique thing that he's put on the map, and I'd like to see more maps actually implement things like this.
Would have been better, I think, if the Resbot was reclaiming this patch first, but no biggie, I'm sure.
I guess, yeah, there's still a bit of optimizing in there in the strategy, definitely. Oh, there's a 2-lap start from TM.
Yeah, TM are going for the 2-lab start. We got AD on his Cortex bot lab, and in the north, Zhao and Autopilot are cooperating on a Armada bot lab. Pretty standard opener, I would say. We've seen this before. This is usually what people went for in other tournaments, in the last tournament where this map was played.
And if we also look, you do see that Ram has a full scout on TM, and TM has 0 scouting at all on Ram's base locations and what's happening. So we do have Centurion Mace coming across the map from Ram as well, which is crazy matchup.
Yeah, big heavy units, really strong on this map. It looks like Zarkst is the main spender for Ram. Nobody else has a lab. He's just trying to, bump all of the metal into producing these big units. He's adding on more nanos right now. On the other
Exactly.
side, yes, sir, go ahead.
That's kind of the strategy that we're going for. So super aggressive play, early expansion, and then when we see the time fit into T2 transition, because we made the experience that the T2 lab actually does not give us that much leeway. It's basically enough if one lab is producing and that one is boosted.
Interesting. The TM has, I don't know, I must have missed if they scouted this, but they have gone into the exact mirror matchup here. They've built the exact same units in almost the same amount, slightly more. So they will have a slight advantage if these units do clash, which it looks like they're going to. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was expected that the tier 1 stage would be Centurion and Maces. This map is made for that. If anything, it's so easy to just stand in a choke with Commander, and Grunts and Pawns become useless. So
Yeah.
It's not a huge surprise that they're going for these units. I'm more interesting to see what will happen in the tier 2 stage. I feel like that's where the strategy kind of opens up.
Speaking
but
of,
this early
You can already see the T2 lab for Ram going up. That's what I was talking about.
yeah, quick T2 there. T2 not going down for TM yet, but they are building their Geo first. I guess they want their energy production just a little bit earlier. As you can see that Ram is actually struggling to build that T2 lab purely because of the energy at the moment.
As you're saying that AD manages to get a little raid in, kills a con, kills a metal extractor, but this tier 2, I think it's a little bit too early. There isn't that much army value on the field. Achilles right now on the bottom is kind of going to be driven out of his corner, as AD has rocket bots and tugs, more than enough to kill these LTs that the commander can make. Zarkst is alone in the middle versus Autopilot's commander. I'm actually really scared for him because it looks like Autopilot can just run into him. They trade, and I'm not sure if Ram can contest this reclaim.
Yeah, that's a T2 lab for TM if they decide to just trade commanders there. It's heavily in TM's territory.
Yeah, I think they messed up a bit the strategy at the bottom, because we had to switch out Achilles for me for Achilles, because there's so many sick people. I had to switch to 1v1. Because our initial strategy saw also a Centurion and some Maces on the bottom, because as you mentioned before, with the commander in the back preparing the Centurion, you just have so much value and you're so strong, easy to push right the lane and claim the mountain. But right now, as you said, AD just can push without any consequences, right?
Yeah, at the same time, Zarkst decided to take a walk and wanted to push into Autopilot's base with his commander. Sadly, does not make it through. There are plenty of LTs available, and he dies. This reclaim will be secured rather without any issue for TM.
Yeah. Achilles taking some base shots from rocket bots on the south as well. And on the north side, I did see that Blas from Ram did get a beautiful snipe off on that Centurion. It was very well played there. And now he's actually up on unit count here, so he does have the opportunity to push back against Zhao, but Zhao with the LLTs and stuff should be able to hold this position fairly, not easily, but he should be able to do it, like, not too much problem.
Oh, there's AD going for the front lab, and in the back the air is up, and we can see the heavy transport. So curious what will happen.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, T2 arm bots, heavy transports, that could only mean one thing.
Is that going to be a Fat Boy up there, is it? Is that what we're looking at?
Yes.
I wonder if they're going to be putting the Fat Boys up on the back. Because the TM still doesn't have any scouting information on Ram, so they don't know that there's a T2 lab here, and that there's not really anything worth shooting from this high ground. But I think they're still going to get some value out of whatever they're planning either way, because they can just build a scout. There's the scout unit coming out now.
But we're definitely at a disadvantage right now. So we lost both mountains, and that's hurting us really well. 2 commanders down, so Bloods, or then now Tarks can't really push with his com anymore that much. Let's see how the guys manage to, or if they manage to turn this around.
Yeah, Zars
Yeah, AD
Deadlin out
managed
of there.
to,
But the lack of units on the South Mountain was really devastating. And as you mentioned, I think that T2 was a bit too early this time around.
Yeah, I would have loved to see Ram make some more energy before they decide to go for the tier 2 lab. They're having trouble spending. The unit of choice is Hound. They're extremely energy expensive. Maybe they would be better off with Fat Boys instead. A little bit easier on the energy. Can spend the metal a lot more effortlessly. But nonetheless, these Hounds, I'm sure, will trade very positively into the thugs coming streaming down currently from both hills.
Here comes that scout plane from autopilot. Does spot the lab, spots all the build power, and sees the advanced geo going up. At the same time, the Fat Boy is getting hot dropped into 8D. No, it's not. It's actually gonna go all the way around. It's not gonna be for the forward push. It is gonna be a backdrop here.
Oh, that's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, after the scout came out, we do get Platypus from Ram. Expecting maybe a bombing run or some such thing, but probably not going to be much help against the Fat Boy in the back. Especially, this AGO is going to pop sort of just before that Fat Boy lands. That's going to be very unfortunate for Ram. Looks like Zal might go down.
And Bloods, I think, yeah, might be able to take that comp.
He's
Oh,
on
he
1%.
just retreats as he's about to kill him. Oh no. Unfortunate timing.
Oh, he escapes.
Oh, that's a sneaky play.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
that's just
expecting kiting something like this. Really well played.
stealing the hounds with the transports. At the same time, that Fat Boy's about to drop. We're just waiting for the last moments there, and those hounds are going to be captured and returned to sender. We do have a Fat Boy dropping on the north side for Zal, so Zal's going to be able to push back. And that Fat Boy does land. He's shooting the res bot for some weird reason, and then he's going to go for that AGO. We're going to see that pop in moments. Look at it.
more than moments. Fat
Yeah.
Boy really bad single target damage, but it will
Yeah.
pop nonetheless. It's not. There's no way for Ram to really resolve that problem. Maybe they can try to pick it up with a heavy transport, but with Armada Air, there's no Shuriken obviously, so
Yeah.
it will be very, very tricky. The hills
More
are very
shots.
powerful.
We're looking at
I
23%
would love
per
to
shot.
see a heavy transport. Yeah, there it is. The heavy transport is ours. It's going to be built.
Yeah, there it goes. though.
Maybe they can steal it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Absolutely
looking grim.
beautiful. Oh, it's like
Yeah, I'm just gonna say TM ahead across the board. The energy now being down for Ram means that they can't really make any more units, and I'm expecting that this game closes shortly.
Yeah, definitely. So TM is definitely gonna snowball the rest of the game. I think we were a bit too greedy in the beginning and should. There's still a bit to flesh out on this map. Ah, that's the
here's
resign
the
vote.
resign vote. Yeah, that was well played by TM there. I think Ram's build could work with a little bit of tweaking there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
really fun strat. Keep cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also really fun strat on your side. It's always nice to see what teams come up with. I think a bit more refinement, and it could have been more of a challenge.
Yeah, you always got to remember those shurikens and transports are always a possibility and beyond all reason.
All right, thank you very much for having me, guys. I will
Hey.
be playing now.
All right.
Hope you
Have
enjoy.
fun and good game. Wish
Yeah,
you all the
Thank
best.
you.
Good luck. Thank
Yeah,
you for
thank you very
stopping
much.
by.
Of course, always a pleasure.
All right.
VDB, there has been a small request for the stream
Yep.
to correct the names. I haven't checked, but apparently there might be a typo or two in there
Names for
RAM players.
let me have a look real quick. Let me bring because I need to actually bring this over. Yeah, everything's a little bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment. So what are we looking at here? Oh, that says Achilles. Okay, I don't know why that said Achilles on it. That's my bad. So who was?
And I know it's hard. It's hard to see, but the first O in Looney's name is a 0.
Oh yeah, sorry, I had to do that like
All good.
very quickly.
All good.
Yeah. All right, Looney.
The guys just asked me to point it out.
Was Achilles in that game we just watched? I can't even remember now.
Yeah. Achilles was in
Okay.
the game we watched
Okay,
right
cool.
now.
I think I got those names right. Okay. Alright, so we are going to be going into the 2vs2s, but let me just go ahead and change this to TM. So we currently do have 3 1v1 wins and a 2vs2 win for TM. Sorry, and a 3vs3 win for TM. So I think we're going into the 2vs2 now, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Let's hit
Mariposa,
ourselves.
I think, if I'm not mistaken.
What's that, sorry? Mariposa?
Mariposa.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Alright, let me see if I've got that map. I should. There it is. Oh, thank God. Okay, so I will bring us across to that. There we go. And do you know who is playing from RAM so I can update that now?
Yes, definitely. Let me just check my notes so I'm not saying anything wrong. It should be Clef and Warpix, but I'm gonna check what I've written down. Yes, it's gonna be Clef and Warpix.
Okay, so Clev. And 1 second.
I can write you the names if I haven't done so already.
Nope, I've got them here. And
Oh, yeah, that makes
TM,
sense.
we know for certain, is going to be Slick, because he just told us. And his homeboy is going to be Greco, by the looks of it. And he has changed his name, but I'm just leaving it as Greco Bratco. I could probably fix that right now, actually. There we go. Boom. Alright, and we are on Mariposa, as you said. Do we have a thing for this? We do! Let me quickly go ahead and fix that right now. And we can have a look at the map and talk about it. How familiar are you with Mariposa?
A little bit. So I'm definitely not an expert on the map. I think it's interesting in the 2v2. There's quite a lot of space to cover, right? You have the center, the kind of the mountain with the good maxes, I think 3.3, 3.7 maxes, the 2 geos. There's quite a lot of energy to reclaim, I think, on both sides. Also a bit of metal. You have the maxes in the back on a small island, and there's also the sea maxes. So there's, I think, plenty of strategies that you can play. And I'm excited to see what TM is going to play in a 2v2 on this map.
Yeah, it's I don't think I've seen a 2vs2 on this map. Sorry, I've just ruined my graphics, so I'm just fixing that. But I don't think I've seen a 2vs2 on this map before. I've seen 5vs5s for sure, and a lot of 1vs1s. I've seen a few like 4v4 and 3v3s, but 2vs2, I don't even know how you would solve the problem that is... Why is that going there? Solve the problem that is the sea. I think you'd just ignore it, correct?
Yeah, I think that's... I don't know how you would be playing early sea, not lose on land against a team who's going 2v2 on land, or with both players on land.
Yeah.
But I'm the first one who will admit that I'm wrong if there's going to be a surprise by him or anybody else. Just hard to imagine, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea. Looks like they're just changing the map now. So we are just gonna quickly, hopefully, sort this thing out. It should be working, but I don't know why it's not. Keeps putting us on hide and seek for some weird reason, and I don't know how to fix it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I don't know what I've done wrong. It's so strange. What? Okay. Well, we're just not gonna have a big map here, so we're just gonna keep looking at this tiny map. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. We'll just live with it. Oh, okay. So yeah, Clev and WarpX, have they done much practice together on this map? Do you know?
Yes,
Yep.
we did.
Cool.
We did also practice this one, but there's less of a really strategy here. I think it's difficult, really, right? But more the opening itself. So try to figure out what kind of opening would work for us and what bigger goals into certain time. Yeah. How do you say it? A certain minutes into the game, what you want to kind of reach, right? Milestones. But at the end of the day, we're also watching other really good players play and practice or like their games. It kind of always paints the same picture. You have kind of the opening which decides a lot of the game, how it's going to go, or which direction it's going to go. And then you have to react, right? You kind of plan out the whole game.
Yeah.
So basically, we focused on the openings on this map.
Yeah, the first like 5-ish minutes of a game is pretty set, and then after that is just what can you achieve and how can you achieve it. So yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from there. I can't wait to see what everybody's cooked up on this map. This is a very rich map to play a 2v2 on. Like, even 1v1 gets very busy very quickly because there's just so many metal extractors, bunch of reclaim, you've got the geos, like, it's a very dynamic kind of map. So I assume it's going to be very high octane.
Definitely. What do you think is going to be the strategy of TM or the strategy of RAM? What are the plays going to be?
I honestly have no idea. Like I said, I've never seen a 2v2 on this map, and if I had to like guess, I'd say a good strategy would be 2 people, 2 labs, expand, and just pump units the whole game. But that is my very narrow view of how to play a 2v2 on this map, because I've got no other experience of like what to expect on this map. So I'm kind of excited to see what people actually do cook up. Okay, so straight away we can see Slick and Greco going for a weird opening here. Looks like Clev has drawn some circles for Ram to spawn, so we're going to have 2 land spawns from Ram, maybe, and TM going to be 1 in the ocean, 1 on the land, so I'm not sure if Greco is going to drop a sea constructor to take all of the outside metal extractors and to build titles, and then walk onto land to assist Slick with a lab here or something. I'm honestly just guessing here. I'm just going to shut up and wait to see what they do.
Yeah, color me surprised. I did not really not expect this.
No.
What you mentioned were one of the things we tried, and at least for us, we found out it wasn't efficient enough. Because if the other team were really focusing on land units, they were just able to steamroll us, right? But
yeah,
who knows? Maybe they have a really good strategy up their sleeve.
yeah, I'm interested. Maybe they're going to go for like some sort of seaplane type deal. I'm throwing stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks right now. I just want them to start so we can see what's happening. This is exciting.
Definitely could be the case. We're also considering seaplanes. I mean, they are quite strong, right? But then also you have to consider really early in the game the more expensive sea lab that really hits you, right?
Yeah,
So that's a dent in your economy.
they might not even be going for a sea lab. Greco might just be here to because he is the cube, which is interesting. He might just literally be building these metal extractors, getting some energy up and running for the team, and then, like I said, maybe walking to assist the lab that Slick's going to build. But yeah, we are just waiting for Warp X to ready up, and then we're good to go.
Let's see if the training pays off. But
Yeah.
it's really nice to see. I mean, we are quite a new clan, right? Also not on the same level, definitely as TM or Pro or even APM. But it's nice to see how we are able to improve, and it's always nice to see the strategies of other really skilled power players and learn from them.
Yeah. The best thing is with clans and stuff, this is for everybody watching as well. Even if you go up against clans like TM and Pro, who are, you know, like at the pinnacle at the moment, you do learn a lot just from losing against them. So, like, don't be afraid of joining tournaments like this one and being knocked out, because you can learn so much just by playing. You obviously learn a lot by watching, but actually playing, I feel like you learn so much more because you're more invested in the actual gameplay.
Definitely. That's why I really liked the tournament that APM organized the other day. It was really nice participating in that too.
All right. So
It's a bit sad to see the start messed up by us, because we initially decided to go for an immediate lab to get the pressure out, and the other commander scaling, a bit like they are doing with Greco and Slick.
Yep.
Slick, sorry. But
Yeah.
maybe they changed their mind.
Yeah, Greco, like I said, going for those titles, but he is actually going to drop a C lab, which is interesting. Slick getting that build power on his lab, and then he's going to be expanding with his commander. So he is going to be relying on a construction turret to build that lab and all the stuff he needs from it. At the same time, yeah, Ram going for a single lab here, but not enough energy to produce the things they need. That is the downside of relying on wind. When the wind is on its lowest form, it is very hard to get that economy going, especially with a 6 to 12 wind. The titles are very, very worth that start, and you can see here that Greco doing the cheap trick of hiding in the water where you can't be shot. Yeah, the pawns and ticks really struggling there, and that's going to give TM vision for free, forever. Let's move away from those units just so we don't have to hear them shooting anymore. Alright, Greco drops a C lab, goes for 5 ship constructors, and then I assume it's just going to take all of the C mixes for free. And then I'm wondering what he's going to do. I assume he's going to reclaim the C lab, maybe go into seaplanes or something else, but I assume he's definitely going to reclaim the C lab. I don't see any value in keeping it.
It's interesting to see that they decided this strategy. We actually never tried this one explicitly. Our idea is, because yes, the sea vexes are definitely valuable, our idea is to go for amphib constructors.
Oh, interesting.
Which are coming out right now for Clef.
Yeah, Cleve dropping the vehicle lab on the left-hand side. Amphibious Constructors is a great play to go there. I think just, lacking severely on the energy. Both teams are struggling for energy right now, but TM is obviously doing a little bit better because they do have those titles, and the titles are stuck at 15, which is better than the 6 to 12 win.
Yeah, in hindsight, that's actually quite a good play. Something we're not considering.
Yeah, in maps, you've always got to look at that title factor, if in team games at least. That's why I see in Supreme, the Pond player always builds those titles. It's like a solar, but better in most maps. But yeah, this looks really good. TM is expanding, Slick Like Vic is expanding southwestward, and Ram is not really expanding at all. I don't love the way that they've been working on their expansion. I do like that it's 2 labs. We do have the amphibious units coming out, which are really going to help boost that economy once they get out and running. But land-wise, considering they started a lot earlier on the land, I feel like they could be expanding a bit quicker here.
Same, definitely. And there's been a little bit of a raid in Slick space.
Yeah, nice damage,
from
actually.
Vortex.
Oh, if they get the con...
Yeah, taking out.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So worth. Yeah, so picking up that construction turret, massive. Look how slow it is to build a single constructor now. Slick has essentially had the wind taken out of his sails. And like I said, Greco has reclaimed that sea lab. He's got 2 cons building titles in the back, but they are overflowing energy now. They just can't spend. Massive misplay there by Slick for not having units or static D there to defend that construction turret. Looks like Slick is just going to make apples out of oranges here, and that is definitely not a saying, but he is going to build some build power on the front and drop another lab, which I think is a good play. I think Greco is either going to reclaim this lab or just, use it with his commander. That was a great raid, though, by Warp. Very well done.
Yeah, it was nice microing. It's a bit sad to see our strategy diverting, or like their play diverting from our strategy. I think the same thing we saw before, but I will say, I guess it's the stress, right? In these situations, you might just deviate from it, because what we had planned was really a rapid early expansion to get all of those maxes early out, and like a really early 10 tick rush. But yeah, I guess it's the pressure. You're playing against a really good team. You want to do your best. So I think they're doing fine.
They're doing very good,
at least.
Yeah, they are. I think the only thing really letting them down at the moment is the expansion rate. Everything else seems to be going pretty good. I like the aggression and the pressure. A few times I think the raids have been a little bit mistimed, but I mean that one raid where he picked up the construction turret was absolutely beautiful. And I was about to say as well that the best laid plans in war always last until first contact with the enemy, and then it just all goes out the window. So like, I mean, the first few minutes, and then after that, it's just sort of what needs doing and how can I do it. So I'm not surprised that the plans aren't going exactly to plan.
But I really like Warpix probing their defense, their base, to see where they can get a bit of value out.
Yep.
See if they can get maxes or anything else.
He does have to be careful about donating too much metal on team's side of the map. As it stands, it's not too bad. I mean, Greco is currently floating 2,000 metal. So team does have a bit of a problem here, but at the same time, Clev is floating 1,500 metal. So it's fairly even on the spending issue right now. I think everybody's just trying to get enough energy and build power up and running to do what they need to do. But Slick has already made his way to the central position. He's about to pick up this, excuse me, is that 12? No, it's 3.7. I don't know why that was saying 12. Oh, it's the middle. About to pick up that 3.7 mechs in the middle. And I think once they gain control of this upper plateau, it is going to be a very figurative and literal uphill battle for Ram once that is established.
If you look into the back base of Warpix, Greco gonna be is really cheeky with his Rascal coming off the water, destroying the energy, and Warpix unfortunately noticed it way too late.
Yeah, that Rascal is like, it's been done
That got
a
its
lot.
worth.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like all the C mixes have been taken by everybody. Team getting more mixes than Ram, because obviously they have the faster moving C constructors. And it looks like this giant incisor army is going to be pushing to put the lid on what Ram has been planning. So I think Ram is on their way out.
This is a really strong push right now.
Yeah, very strong.
That might have been the game.
Yeah, 2 T1 vehicle labs for Cortex. This many incisors is very hard to deal with. And I think this is going to be a game-ending push, like you said.
Yeah, again, the T2 lab was too early, in my opinion. There was not the momentum there, not the necessary map control.
Yeah.
I was also a bit sad to see that the center was not as much contested as in the trainings. But, well, we will improve, I guess.
Yep, you live and you learn. You just watch back these replays and see what you could have done wrong. You can, you know, maybe work some titles into the gameplay on this map. I think you're correct though that T2 transition is really what's fully set them back here. You got to remember that going T2 sort of just takes all tempo out of your team. So if you're on the back foot already, going T2 will put you even further behind and make you super susceptible to an attack such as the one that team has pulled off here.
Also, if you look at the numbers all across the board, I see red. So
yeah,
that's going to be really difficult. I mean, almost, yeah, 560, almost 600% army value. That's a lot. And there's the resign mode. But as you mentioned, I guess we'll have to go back to the drawing board, train a bit more the openings and the order of play.
Yeah, that was not terrible. It's always small things that you sort of overlook while you're actually in the game. You get stressed out. You got to use your APM in other places. And yeah, I wouldn't be too hard on yourselves with that one. Just little things, especially like the title is probably the big thing. You know, trying to rely on wind in a 6 to 12 wind map can just set
6
you
to
back.
12, exactly.
Yeah, if the wind was sitting on
I think
12 the whole game, it would have been a bit better at the start. But the fact that the wind was sort of dead at the start of the game sort of set Ram behind a little bit there.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a big mistake on our side, not factoring the tiles in there. And yeah, we'll improve.
Awesome.
But
yeah,
then also, I guess there's a difference, right, between training with people who are more or less around your level, and then jumping into the game and playing against TM. As you say, as you said, then all of a sudden there's a raid coming, your maxes are dying, and you have to react, and then you're stressed, and you yeah, you ought to make mistakes, right?
Of course. Yeah. Practicing against people and then going up against TM is a whole different ball game. So yeah, it's just constantly watching replays and constantly practicing, and then eventually you'll get there, you know. Okay, so I think that's all the games, and now we've just got the 5 vs 5, the grand finale in this matchup.
Let's see what they have prepared for us.
Of course.
I'm already excited, and I will take my leave since I'm also playing a 5v5. Thanks for having me. Thanks for streaming today. As always, it's lovely to have you. And
my pleasure.
It's always lovely to cast with you.
It's always great to have you here, mate. So thank you for joining me once again. That was Rotator, guys, and we're about to watch him. So give him some love, give him some hate in chat, and we'll be watching. So don't mess up.
Thanks a lot. Have fun, guys. I hope we will be able to entertain you a bit.
Good luck, brother. See you later.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Alright, so our next caster is going to be Teriyaki Tilo. Okay. How am I going to find this guy? There we go. Let's give him a call, see if he is around and ready to chat to us. And then I'll get the graphics set up. G'day. Say something for me?
Hello, I think you have to turn me a little louder maybe, because I tend to be a little bit more
That's alright.
toggled down by Discord.
Yeah, you were
Wait, just...
already set to 140% somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I come in the lobby. Yeah.
Yep, come on into the lobby, brother. Congratulations on your 1 vs 1 at the start there as well.
Yeah, I was the first one to go today against Rotator.
Yep. Were you feeling the stress?
I think you actually saw me. I was playing 2 games against Autopilot on Aurelia because I'm kind of not that confident in my 8v8s 1v1 skills. Like I don't really play that a lot. So
he says as he was beating Autopilot.
No. That was purely because Autopilot was coaching me.
Yeah. Well, you did very good. So it was great to see you come out and swing some bats around and have a good time there. Now we are going into Star Watcher, so I don't have the graphics set up here, but I will.
No, we are going into Salt Reef, not Star Watcher.
Damn it! Yeah, well, this is what I mean. I don't have any of the graphics set up. I don't even know what maps we're playing. Okay, so we're going into Salt Reef. Do you wanna give us a bit of a rundown on your thoughts on this map?
I mean, you have like the 2 sides outside that are probably like the major points where like fighting takes place. Maybe one team decides to perk up one side and focus on the other side. I think the middle is not that much. Like there is not that much action going on there normally in the 5v5 games.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the 2 ponds that are making it a good way for amphib units to raid. So, and I don't know, I don't want to foreshadow anything, but I kinda... AD is not playing. I thought he would be playing. Like, I was expecting AD to do some hill shenanigans on those 2 hills.
On
because...
the high points.
Yeah. But you have those hills as well. They make for good points for rattlesnakes and LRPCs and whatever long artillery unit you can have in the game, because they're the range increase is quite high there.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, if you're on a high point like up here, plasma weapons like mace and fat boys, etc., get a range increase. I'm not sure how much, like how it works exactly, but all plasma weapons get a range increase from high ground.
Yeah, there's probably some coding behind that, but I have no clue about about that as well.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I'm just playing the game.
Yeah, that's me exactly. I just play the game and then talk about it every now and again, but I mostly don't know what I'm on about. So I'm just speaking. Anyway, so we have 50-50 map here, left and right. Let me just double check we haven't gone into the game while I was not looking. Okay. Okay, so Ram is asking for a 1 minute break, so that's fine. That means we can chat while we do this. So yeah, we got the left and the right spawns. Usually an 8 versus 8 map, if I'm not mistaken, so plenty of metal extractors for people. You do have the middle, these like pools of water you can walk through with amphibious units or commanders. But usually it's you've usually got the positions that you're holding are here and here and then through the center. So it's not like a split horizontally or vertically type map. It's like a bit of a dynamic forward positioning map. So I'm actually interested in what people do here in a 5 versus 5. I assume that we're going to be seeing Cortex Air players because it is quite a large map, so you'll be needing those shurikens in the early game to stop raids and the such. But other than that, I'm interested to see what people are cooking up.
Yeah, I think that this map has like a lot of opportunities for like early Rascal Rover gameplay.
Yep.
I think we are going to see that from my guys for sure, because that's like in every opening. But I think both teams have to open either Rascals or Rovers because ticks are just in a little bit of a meta disadvantage there. At a
These
very high
days,
meta disadvantage.
yeah, these days for sure. The Rovers and Rascals trade so well with ticks, and the movement speed is glorious, especially on a flat-ish map like this one. They're
Yeah.
so handy to run around. I did actually brush up on because I was expecting the same maps, so I actually went back yesterday, I think it was yesterday, and watched the TM vs Pro games, and I noticed that TM on the 5 vs 5 on Star Watcher really went heavily into those scout units and got so much value from it. So I'm assuming we'll be seeing that same sort of gameplay today.
Yeah, it's kind of mandatory to play that phase and play it quite well.
Mhm.
Like the advantage you get there even by like keeping enemy units on their half of the map, so they have to chase your raiding units,
Yep.
and it's very well doable because at least in both teams, I suspect two players won't start the lap, so they should have plenty of time to micro some rovers or rascals or other harassment units.
Yeah, while your commander's just walking, you've got that beautiful downtime where you can just sink all your APM into scout units and make them as pesky as possible, which is great to watch, and it's great when you pick off those like constructors or metal extractors that are just not ready for you. Oh, looks like we're going into the game. Let me just load on up, and we can jump across into the game. So, do you know what TM has actually cooked? Have you been privy to the cooking sessions, the baking sessions while they've been playing on this map?
Oh, we played a scrim on it on Thursday against APM, I think.
Okay. Yep.
There were, but we had like a different roster. But I don't know if they are going for the same thing. I mean, Salt Reef is like a pretty general map that is being played in scrims a little bit more often. So there are like some strats that my guys should have in mind because we have played them plenty of times.
Yep.
And I don't know for what they are going, but I think it's going to be some sort of early harassment, then walk into the choke points, get LLTs, and then go for T2s behind it and get the safe expand.
Yep. So what you're saying is basically stock standard gameplay.
Yeah, it's but this map is pretty predestined for this type of gameplay because like the choke points, you can seal them down with commanders quite easily.
Yeah, there is
It's
only 3 distinct choke points, and 2 of them are quite tight. So it's not such a you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out sort of how to set up the early game in this map.
yeah.
I do like what was I going to say? Both teams sort of have somebody in the back. We got Clev for Ram and Slick for TM. I'm assuming that there is going to be a Cortex. Yep, so it's Cortex for Slick and Cortex for Clev. Yeah, I'm assuming these guys are going to be in charge of dropping, oh, excuse me, the air lab eventually. But yeah, we'll see. I wonder if Ram is going to be using the transports, because I noticed TM love their transports recently.
Yeah, we kind of got more into that.
Yeah.
After like reviewing replays and checking out on where you can improve certain points, and we got to the point where we were like, yeah, you can make unit travel time so much shorter. You
So much faster.
you can max upgrades. It's all like transports just make the whole game like go in a 10% faster speed, scaling wise and unit wise.
Yeah,
Probably.
the transport play. I'm surprised nobody really does it that often. It's just all it is trading APM for efficiency, basically, and it's not super APM intensive. It's just enough to make it a bit tricky, and the ramp you get from it is insane. So it's great to see Team doing that in most tournament games that they play.
Yeah.
All right, so we have. Is that a 3 lab opener from TM here? We have Cortex vehicles, Armada bots, and Armada vehicles in the bottom. And for RAM, we have a 2 lab opener. We've got the Armada bots, and in the top, we've got Armada vehicles. So, 2 different gameplay openers here.
Yeah, I think that if they play the 2 lab opener good, it can be strong. Because I think it's kind of good to have like 1 lab for every lane. Like I think Autopilot will more shift into the middle. Touch Current will shift a little bit, like obviously to the north, and Lewis to the south. And with 2 labs, you just don't have that 3rd lab to have the units for the middle side. But if they do it in a well communicated way, they can pull that off for sure, I think.
Yeah, you don't get the flexibility, but you do get that extra metal from not building that 3rd lab that you can put into units. But as you said, it's going to take a lot more teamwork and communication to implement. We do have the scouts battling each other now. Nothing too crazy happening, but both teams do go for that predicted Cortex air lab just for those shurikens, because they are kind of paramount on such an open map like this. I do like what Slick is doing here. He's actually getting some scout units out, and he's instantly going across the map to get a full scout. So even if those ground units don't get the scout, the air lab, the air scouts will. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm wondering if what's coming afterwards in this game. I still see a lot of scout units being built, even though that the shurikens are out already.
Yeah.
But
do have a lot of ticks and
Sash,
stuff in the north.
Sash is giving me a little bit of a 1v1 deja vu with his ticks on repeat, but let's see where that's getting into.
Yeah, I like the Sashkarin's really been on a dare I say it, a troll streak today. He wants to build ticks and just use them to their best advantage. It's not like the most efficient way to play the game, but he is loving it, and I'm loving watching it, so it's a good thing to watch. I was a bit worried when I saw Slick build these light transports, considering that there were fighters out for RAM, but it looks like the fighters have been cleaned up. There is a couple still flying around. Slick's actually not sending them across the map, so... Because I was thinking that TM was going to get some shurikens off and then pick up Incisors or Blitz, but it looks like they've decided against that, which is probably the right choice.
Yeah. Like, the ticks didn't get too much value. Got cleaned up quite nice.
Yeah.
This looks very even until now.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, but I
doubt it.
I mean, they still trade bad with the rovers, so Zarks should be very much capable of defending, even though Tash has 4 more ticks than he has rovers. He can defend them at the top.
Yeah, for sure. I think Tix is, like I said, a bit of a troll move. I think he's just doing it for a bit of fun. This is a nice little trade down here from Achilles going up against these Janus, but he does group all of those pawns up, and, I mean, he did get the Constructor, but I don't know if that was a good trade in the end. I think a little bit of a miss micro.
Yeah, but the travel time for the next Constructor coming to the front is maybe a little bit long for Lewis.
But this is TM.
If
they do have multiple transports.
Yes, Bodhi already has his transport. He's trying to fly a Blitz, I think.
Oh, oh, going for the
We will
blitz
see.
drop.
Yeah.
The stream
Slick
delay is
already-
getting worse. Wait, what?
Out on where you can. I think they are talking about that the chat can't really
points and
interact
we
with got to the
hospital.
Yeah, true.
because we are like 5 minutes ahead of them.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't like not being able to interact with chat, but I also do understand that in a tournament setting, you want to have a delay to, you know, stop cheating, obviously.
Yeah.
Lewis B went quite low there. He is sitting on 15% health, but does survive, and he's got Spoody here to back him up now, so he should be okay.
I mean, that Janus is quite close, but probably won't get the shot off. The blitz drop from Spoody got 3 maxes killed.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even see that it landed. Does get cleaned up by shurikens, but yeah, cleans up these 3 mexes here. And then gets stopped by shurikens. And a Centurion on this map is an interesting choice, considering how big the map is. That Centurion's going to take years to get where it needs to go.
Yeah, I think at this point, like the Centurion and the pawns, like you could just let Achilles build the units for that front now, because like his lab 2 BP is plenty.
Yeah.
And he is so close to it, but Spoody has some troubles there, and he is going.
He's so
he is
dead,
going
right?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes the Janus with him. Lewis B doesn't actually have the health to secure this position. He might go down till if he's not careful.
Yeah,
B-
with that Janus,
Yeah. We do have a fusion up for
survived.
TM and a T2 lab now pumping Tigers on the north side. Is there T2 up for Ram yet? T2 is going down. It's not quite up yet. But the T2 for Ram is all the way at the top of the map, so they're definitely going to need transports to get those constructors moving.
armed vehicles seems like an interesting choice, I would say, with
Yeah, definitely.
all the nerfs it got in the last time, and
Yeah.
the buffs for Cortex vehicles. It's kind of the
I was going
not
to say,
the best lap anymore.
yeah, maybe Ram
Yeah.
is hooking their strategies based off a few months old statistics or something. Looks like Warp's command is going to go down to these Tigers too. He survives for now.
I think it's just a matter of time. I don't see anything stopping those Tigers from getting further.
Yeah, there's no anti-radar or anything. I think Ram's actually looking at this. I wasn't paying attention up here before, but Ram has fully overextended here without securing their initial choke point. An anti-radar and 2 commanders here could hold off almost indefinitely against these T2 units, but being out of position, both commanders get sniped, and now it's wide open for TM to just slip through this gap.
Yeah. On the bottom side, we have the loving transfers, as you said. Luis just survives until the Tsar was dropped off by autopilot for him.
Definitely a bit touch and go there for Lewis. Does back off away from those Janus, luckily, but Janus Centurion, I mean, grouping those units up to that Tsar. I was gonna say, he might. The D-gun!
The Tsar is dead.
No! Achilles with the play. I don't think he has enough to break through here, most likely, especially if some shurikens show up. But, yeah, great play from Ram there, degunning that Tsar. I hope Lewis gets reprimanded for that.
I think bottom will be fine, but that hurts. That should
Yeah.
have been a lot of pressure going down there, but now the pressure
Great deguns
just
from
is
Lewis.
gone.
Yeah. The pressure from Achilles was looking really nice. But yeah, those D-guns from Lewis gonna stop him. The beam is gonna do an okay job. Will eventually go down, but basically Lewis just needs to, oh my god, excuse me, survive long enough for the North to get done what they need to do. But they are actually getting driven back by bulls. So I assume TM's just ecoing up. I look back at their base and they have 3 fusions up, They have one, two cons expanding. I would be expecting to see a third, but maybe I just don't see it on the map anywhere. And then we've got another Tsar and Slick Like Vic flying in to back up Lewis, so they should be defensively fine.
TM is currently 5 cons outside T2. No, 3. 5? Wait, I'm confused as well.
I'm confused as well. Oh, there's another T2 con there. Yeah.
Luis goes down and the Tsar was not shared and is actually driving all the way back to autopilot space.
Oh, there we go. It does turn back around,
Yeah.
but yeah, classic. I look away at the eco and try and figure out what's going on, and then, yeah, people die. Very well played here
Yeah.
on the south side for Ram. I think Lewis is definitely getting a talking to after this game. A few mistakes have been made, but all in all, not game-ending mistakes, luckily.
I mean, that south side looked a little bit wacky. Like I was suspecting that Sash on the top would have more struggles with going ticks on repeat.
Yeah.
But he looks very strong up there.
Yeah, he's doing very well. Does actually just pick up Tsar's commander. And yeah, once again, the north side is open for TM to slip on through. Lewis does get given a commander from Slick Like Vic, the petty commander share. And he is going to be using that Tsar to defend this position. I think Janus on repeat, once those Tsars come out, do become very ineffective. Because the Tsar obviously does just love picking off Tsars from, Janus from that distance.
Yeah,
Especially
I
when
think
they're grouped
that it's kind of the time that they do need some units on the bottom that can play against that the T2 units.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first Tsar got degunned, but the second survives.
Yep.
And those that's a very expensive
Last
thing.
commander, GG! Sorry to cut you off.
Oh. No, all good. I wasn't realizing that at that
No,
point.
neither.
I'm sorry.
I just zoomed out and saw that Rotator's commander was in the middle getting attacked by tigers, and I was like, oh, guess that's game over. Okay, yeah, interesting game.
Yeah, it was like when you look at the eco graphs, it's a little bit like of a scaling difference there.
Yeah.
But I think that Rum played a very good opening, and they had some good plays on the southern side, especially.
Yeah. I think with
And-
some T2 support for that southern side, it would have maybe broken, because they were close to breaking that southern side, especially after that Tsar got degunned and Lewis's commander popped. But the T2 lab for Ram was about as far north as you could go, so it just didn't end up playing out that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit like complicated even with like ARM T2 units. Like Azar is such a presence on the lane. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't play against it with Janus or something, but like against Bulls or yeah, I think the only choice to have like to play really effective against T1 is a Bull still.
Yeah.
You can still fight it with Janus or you can fight it with beamers and delay it way better than you could delay Azar there.
Yeah, that's it's just a hard one to figure out, especially if you're a little bit newer like Ram is. Trying to figure that stuff out on the fly does become a bit of a tricky situation. But hopefully they join again, and like next time, well, we're actually going to see more games from them, but hopefully they improve a little bit more and we can see them coming up through the ranks of the BCCL. It'd be quite cool to see.
Yeah, I'm always like looking forward for like newer teams that are forming in bar. Like it's always good to have competition, and every competition is welcome. And yeah, that's like I hope they do improve. I think they will improve, and I hope they will do so quickly, so we have some more interesting tourneys in the future there.
Yeah, for sure. As I know it, I think I know it. Ram is the clan from the German Discord, So if you guys are German, head over to the Germany has a dedicated Discord, and Ram is the clan from that Discord. I think. Don't quote me on that. So hopefully they can all get together and build up a good team.
There are like two clans on the German Discord actually. The other one is called Boys, I think.
Oh, that's
and
right.
it's a little bit like I'm a little bit biased, I think, there, because it's probably not the way it's divided. But I think it's a little bit divided that Ram is like a little bit the better clan, and Boys more like the
Casual.
like the very casual, like just the playing for fun and with 5 players in a team and in lobby and then like playing like that.
Yep.
But I'm not very sure there. I don't have that much interaction with the people over there.
Yeah, me either. Me either. It's just yeah, but hopefully we see everybody come out. I can't wait for the next BCCL. Obviously, we've still got a few more games in this year to go for BCCL, but I think next year when more clans join, it's going to be so good.
Yeah, for sure. Like we are looking forward for it. We are looking very forward for Sigma series if it gets announced.
Yep.
And we are so open to play tourneys right now. The more the better probably. Even though it might not be good to have one tourney every weekend. That would be a little bit too much.
Yeah, that would be a bit much. I think the way that it's going at the moment is there basically is a tourney every weekend. But obviously it's not like you don't need to play every tournament. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today, Teriyaki.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll
Thank
let
you
you
for having
go,
me.
and then I'll say goodbye to everybody else. Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.
See ya, brother. It was a pleasure. Bye. All right. And that brings us to the end of this round of BCCL. So, as you can see, I've put up on screen that Ram has gained 1 point overall, and TM has gained 4 points. Let me just double check that that's right. That is right. So they lost the set, so they gained 1 point, and TM won the set, so they gained 4 points. Now, as I said at the start of the stream, I don't know if you guys all caught it, I accidentally deleted the scene that I spent so much time on that has the overall scores of all the teams. So we don't have that. I have to remake it. It took me so many hours to make. But as it stands, wait, maybe, bear with me. I might have a picture of it saved as it is. And I would like to announce that I do not have a picture saved of it as it is. Oh, wait, yes, I do. Okay, so this is it here. Let me just go and... how do I do this? I can go from this one, and I can just add in a white button. Sorry, guys, please bear with me. Please bear with me here. Cool, that'll be a white button, and I can prototype it to connect to this, and we should be good to go. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to work on the graphics a little bit here, and we'll figure out what is going on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now, if I do this, you guys should be able to see. Why does that not work? On click, navigate to this. Come on, please. Come on, please. Okay, it's not working. Whatever. But anyway, I'll just read it out to you guys. So Ram is now overall on 2 points. Pro is on 1 point because they've only played 1 round. APM is on 4 points, and this puts TM on 8 points. So currently, TM is at the top of the leaderboard. Sorry I don't have the graphics set up for you guys. I will remake it. I mean, God, it took me so long to make. But I'll remake it, and we'll have that ready for the next games, which I think is going to be APM versus Pro on the 14th of December. And I will love you guys. And I will leave you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you guys enjoy these tournaments, make sure you follow the Beyond All Reason official. This is where most tournaments are hosted. My name's VDB. I'll put the caster thing up as this comes to an end in chat. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself half as much as I did, because I heckin' enjoyed myself. And yeah, feel free to subscribe to Beyond All Reason official if you guys want to support Beyond All Reason as a game. But yeah, once again, I'll love yous and leave yous, and thank you for joining me.